Kazakh doctors continue to monitor the health condition of almost 3,500 people who arrived from the epicenters of coronavirus outbreak. Local production is always a good idea. Kazakhstan plans to fully switch to full import substitution of agricultural products. Abay's manuscripts, musical instruments and books, the Jibek State Museum Reserve is traveling around Kazakhstan. Doctors in Kazakhstan continue to monitor the health condition of travelers who arrive from the countries with reported coronavirus cases. The countries are divided into 3 categories. People are currently placed in special medical organizations under the quarantine of the highest risk category 1A that involves China, Iran and South Korea. Citizens of risk category 1B, which includes Italy, Japan, Hong Kong, Macau and Taiwan, are under home quarantine. Nearly 3,500 people are under observation of doctors. Meanwhile, the Health Ministry reminds that it is necessary to follow the recommended measures to prevent the spread of the dangerous virus. The ministry also advised the citizens to avoid crowded places.
Due to COVID-19 threat, the requirements for air and rail transport have been increased in Kazakhstan. In particular, all flights to China have been temporarily suspended and the flights to several other countries have been limited. Strict precautions were implemented at the crowded airports and train stations. Trains from Almaty to Urumqi have been suspended for protective purposes. Hand sanitizers are made available at the train stations and the systems of air circulation are being regularly checked. The transport workers are attending weekly workshops to be trained for the new requirements. All the staff of the train stations have been provided with medical face masks and other sanitary equipment. 24-hour medical units are operating at each station. In addition, the coronavirus preventive measures are broadcast on the screens in the departure and arrival lounges and areas. If the symptoms of COVID-19 are detected, our staff will take immediate measures. The Kazakh Ministry of Healthcare has prepared a special guidebook which is updated every week. The books are distributed among the workers of the air and train transportation systems during specially arranged meetings.
The number of people infected with the novel coronavirus is approaching 100,000 globally. To date, the virus has spread to more than 80 countries and continues to expand every day. South Africa and Bhutan reported the first case of infection today. Meanwhile, South Korea has registered more than 500 cases of COVID-19 over the last 24 hours. The total number of infected people in the country has exceeded 6,000. France has reported 138 new cases of the virus as well, while the United States registered over 200 cases of coronavirus. China, which is the epicenter of the outbreak, registered more than 80,000 cases.
Travel agencies around the world are suffering huge losses due to the coronavirus outbreak. Preliminary losses of the industry have reached $22 billion. In Kazakhstan alone, nearly 15,000 people have cancelled trips to China over the past month. 6,000 tourists have also given up their holidays they had planned to spend in Thailand. The United Nations are also concerned about the impact of the novel coronavirus on the world economy. Based on the UN data, global exports shrank at least by $50 billion since the first case of the infection reported in December. According to the UN estimates, COVID-19 caused the greatest damage to the Chinese economy. European Union countries, Japan, the United States, South Korea and Taiwan are estimating economic losses.
Security measures due to coronavirus have been reinforced in Kyrgyzstan. Disinfection procedures are carried out in crowded areas, primarily markets, and their adjacent territories. The sellers are not against such preventive activities and they themselves contribute to it. On a regular basis, Kyrgyz sanitary doctors conduct explanatory works and distribute special brochures, while the instruction leaflets have been posted in public areas.
На сегодняшний день у нас в Кыргызской республике коронавирус.
To date, there are no coronavirus cases in the country. There is no need to be afraid of this virus. On a scheduled basis, we carry out disinfection activities at all of the food markets where food, vegetable products and meat are sold. These measures have been agreed with the heads of the business entities.
Согласовано с руководителями хозсубъектов рынков.
The preventive disinfection is also carried out on a regular basis at large shopping centers and on public transports.
Kyrgyzstan is actively searching for investors for construction of the largest hydroelectric power plant in the region, Kambar Ata 1. The plant capacity is 1,860 megawatts per hour of electricity. The project cost is almost $3 billion. The high cost of the new renewable energy facility is due to its location. It will be built from scratch, since there is no engineering infrastructure in the region of Naran River. Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan have been expressing their interest in the construction of the plant. This will bring some benefits for each party. The water supply will be regulated during spring irrigation, and additional volumes of electricity will be provided.
У нас есть меморандум совместном строительстве данного ГЭСа.
We have a memorandum on the joint construction of this hydroelectric power plant. To date, this memorandum is valid. We will have negotiations with Uzbekistan. We plan to conduct negotiations with Kazakhstan as well. If they agree, we will build this hydroelectric power plant together.
Если они будут согласны, совместно построить.
The urgent need to start the project is caused not only by the growing energy consumption in Kyrgyzstan and the Central Asian region, but also by concerns about environmental conditions.
Маловодный период на сегодняшний день, в этом году наступил, то есть по период.
Currently, this year's dry season has begun. The amount of water in the Toktogul reservoir compared to the same period of this year is 1.8 billion cubic meters less. This can be solved by water conservation. To date, we are focusing on the increase of coal use and negotiations with the neighboring countries on supply and commodity exchange.
С сопредельными странами на предмет поставки и товарообмена.
The Kyrgyz authorities plan to begin the construction themselves. At the first stage, it is planned to construct 150 meters of the dam and build 2 spillways. Then, energy specialists will pave roads and utility systems. According to preliminary calculations, the construction of the hydroelectric power plant will take from 8 to 10 years.
Kazakhstan plans to switch to full import substitution of agricultural products in the next 5 years in order to provide 100% of all major types of foods in the local market. 1/5 of the 30 basic agricultural products in the country are still imported. These products are poultry and fish, sausages, dairy products, sugar, and apples. A new poultry farm with a total capacity of 200,000 tons is expected to be launched soon in order to achieve the country's goal. In addition, 12 projects for 155,000 produced goods are currently being implemented. The plan also involves increasing dairy production. We would like to increase the production of milk. We plan to annually launch 25 industrial dairy farms. This will allow us to provide raw materials to the processing plants. As for sugar, we are also planning to increase sugar beet crops to 120,000 hectares. Currently, we have 20,000 hectares. 2 new factories will be built and 3 operating sugar mills will be modernized.
3D printing can be applied in a range of areas such as dentures, implants, air rifles, spare parts for equipment, and prototypes of manufacturing parts. It's been several years since the specialized company in Almaty has launched the full cycle from 3D modeling to 3D printing and scanning. The company only uses environmentally friendly materials. First of all, the enterprise prefers to use the materials of local manufacturers.
Например, ПЛА-пластик, который очень массово у нас используется, он считается экологически.
For example, widely used PVA plastic is considered as an environmentally friendly material. The plastic is used to make disposable plates. In addition, we always cooperate with doctors when it comes to projects related to medicine and humans, for example, neurosurgery.
Протезы или там что-то с нейрохирургией или со стоматологией мы всегда делаем с врачами.
Orders are received from all over the country, including from major companies and private entrepreneurs. Based on information of the company, sometimes there are unique orders.
Заказывают, начинают от...
People order prototypes. Once we printed a prototype of a perpetual motion machine. First, we print it for a client, and then the client tests it, whether it works fine. If it doesn't work, we print it again.
по новой печатаем.
The company has many plans for the future. First of all, the company plans to implement projects on city scanning and creating a weekly updated 3D map.
У нас уже один был такой проект, мы отсканировали.
We've had a similar project. We scanned the mountains where our clients plan to install 150-meter-long wind generators. So we scanned the entire territory. Then, with the help of other contractors, we measured the wind speed, and so on. It turned out to be a good map, which helps the clients to find a better location for the project.
Прям вполне себе карта для принятия решений, где лучше всего это делать.
The company's management team plans to introduce its 3D products to markets in Central Asia and Europe. Experts say that there are a lot of opportunities in these markets. Moreover, the high-quality raw materials, including those from local producers, allow purchasing them at affordable prices.
Personal belongings of Abay, musical instruments, manuscripts and books. More than 50 exhibits of the Jibek Burili State Reserve Museum are exhibited in Aktobе. The residents of the Western Kazakhstan now have the opportunity to learn more about the works of the great Kazakh poets and to touch the history of that era. The exhibition is open for a whole month. The traveling exhibition has already visited several cities in Kazakhstan and gathered thousands of admirers of Abay. Several similar projects will be implemented this year as part of the celebration of Abay's 175th birth anniversary. This is only a small part of the events that are held as part of the celebration of Abay's 175th anniversary. This year, a number of creative and research projects have been planned at our museum. We would like to pay a lot of attention to the archival documents related to the people from Abay's close circle. In addition, Abay Bayolu's books will be translated into several languages and published this year. Second Altyn Oymak competition is underway among the Kazakh fashion designers. The main goal of the competition is the promotion of the local Kazakh brands and women's entrepreneurship. The organizers say women make up nearly 49% of the workforce in Kazakhstan, mainly in retail, agriculture, service industry, and small business. The Council of Businesswomen of Kazakhstan has launched training programs for women entrepreneurs last year with the help from the Asian Development Bank. The council's head, Lazat Ramazanova, says 11 seminars have been held in various regions of the country. More than 500 businesswomen from rural areas took the training. An electronic catalog has been developed as well.
Совместно с ООН «Женщины Казахстан» в прошлом году Совет деловых женщин Атамекена запустили онлайн-каталог.
Last year, the Council of Businesswomen of the Aktobе National Chamber, together with the United Nations Women, launched an online catalog of 100 ideas for women entrepreneurs. We focused mainly on those business ideas that women could implement while working from home.
Правильную направленность маленькой ячейки общества в целом социуме.
Basic, which is also called a cradle, is an integral part of the life of nomads. It is a symbol of the endless life cycle that is also needed to protect a baby from getting cold. The old belief says that a baby who sleeps in the cradle at least until the age of 1 year will surely become strong and healthy. The revival of the good old tradition has encouraged masters to create innovative cradles. For example, a master from Taras, Pernebek Akhmetov, has invented an upgraded version of Basic, which takes only 10 minutes to assemble and can be easily fit in a small bag.
21 ғасырдың бесігі жастарымызға ұмытылып
It is the cradle of 21st century. It is very convenient to bring on long trips. I would like young people to revive the ancient tradition of besikke salu. Mothers say that babies who slept in this cradle cannot sleep anywhere else.
бесікке жатқан бала басқа жерде ұйықтамайды ғой.